Hi, welcome back to my channel. It's Colette and I've got a wee book review for you, and I actually quite enjoyed this one. It's called Find and Follow Your Inner Compass by Berger, and it says instant guidance in an age of information overload. It's quite I love the cover and everything in this book. It's just quite straightforward, and that's what the book is. Let me read the back for you. It says, you have an inner compass. In a time when we are bombarded from morning to evening with information from all sides as to what is best and what we should and shouldn't do to live happy lives, how can we navigate through this massive sea of information and know what is best for us in any given situation? Is there a reliable way to make decisions and navigate wisely through life? Is there a way that takes into consideration who each individual is and what his or her needs, wants and desires are? The answer is yes, because every person has an inner compass, his or her own personal internal guidance system, which is working at all times and which is each person's direct connection to the great universal intelligence that created each of us and all of life. And I got this initially because I thought I work and live by the medicine wheel, the 4 directions medicine wheel, and I've discussed that particularly in my menopause book, but I may do more on it further down the line. Those of you that have been to workshops know that I work, I do my tarot via the medicine wheel for daily spreads. So when I saw this compass, I thought, oh, that might be something about the medicine wheel. But the medicine wheel can be a wee bit confusing for people and sometimes hard to understand each direction. And this isn't actually about the medicine wheel at all. It's about the inner compass and the basic thing that we all have a north. And a compass will always point us towards north. And north is our intuition. It keeps us connected to the great universal intelligence, or, in other ways you could say your higher self, or oneness, or great spirit, or consciousness. Our inner compass is our intuition, and that's what this book is about. It's about listening to our intuition, finding out, how to hear it more and how to act on it. Now, the other bit at the back says what it does really well. It's actually a good write-up of the book. It says, in this book, Barbara Berger maps out what is the inner compass and how do we read its signals. That was a really good bit. What is the true significance of our emotions? Because emotions are not our instinct, they're not our intuition. How do we use the inner compass on our daily lives, at work and in our relationships? What sabotages our ability to listen to and follow our inner compass? That's a really good section in that book. That one needs really read and understand. And is it selfish to follow our inner compass? What do we do when the inner compass points us in a direction we believe other people will disapprove of, and more. And that's basically what it does. Now, I was very enthusiastic about a book many years ago called My Simple Path by Ian Tucker. And one of the reasons I liked it was it took a few ideas which are all inside us and made them into a very simple path. It was an easy read. It was easy to understand where he was coming from. He was putting the things that into easy and understandable words in a conversational way, so that you got what he was talking about. It was a very good book to read. It was straightforward, and because it kept it simple, My Simple Path, it was one that a lot of people connected to. And I would say that this book's very similar, and I think that's why I really enjoyed it. Basically, we all know we've got an intuition. We all know we should listen to it, and we know that there's things that sometimes head us off in the other direction, whether that be emotions, whether that be even our intellect, our desires, and we all know that that we would be better people if we listened to our intuition, and that's what this book sets out to explain to us, to show us, and to show us how we sabotage it and how other people can sabotage our inner compass, or us listening to our inner compass, and that's why it's so damn good. It's not a huge book, doesn't need to be. I was really interested, particularly in the bits that were about how other people can sabotage us, because it's an interesting reading at how we hold ourselves back. I basically gave up pharmacy in 1996 to come and do this full time, to be a full-time clairvoyant and writer, etc. And I only did it after my mum and dad had passed into spirit. God bless their souls, but my dad would have been so worried about me giving up pharmacy to come and do things that he felt weren't ideal. He was always kind of scared of all this stuff. And although my mum liked the tarot and stuff, and she liked all this stuff, she would have been horrified that after all my years of study and trying to get to the top in pharmacy or whatever, that when I was at my best, I simply walked away from it. And I believe that I, in a way, ignored my inner compass for a few years, but it was simply because of the need not to upset my mum and dad. And when they passed, I felt that, well, it was my time. So that didn't really sabotage me, but if my mum and dad had maybe lived an awful lot longer, then maybe I wouldn't have done it at all. Maybe I would have stopped my inner compass, I would have stopped listening to it in some way. I don't know, maybe I wouldn't have, but the point is that it makes you think, and if you're doing things at the moment that feel right to you, they just feel right, but other people are trying to tell you they're wrong, or you feel in your heart that you really want to do something, not an emotional need, but just that inner intuition that is telling us you need to go somewhere or do something, or that partner's right or that partner's wrong, or whatever, then this wee book is going to be very, very helpful to you. So yeah, really enjoyed it. Definitely this it takes what we know and puts it into a decent read. Well, not just a decent read, an actually very good read. It's conversational. At no time do you feel the author is preaching to you in any way. She's just telling it as it is, and taking something that we all know and would hope we would do, explaining it to us and giving us the reasons why. And in doing that, I really thank her, because it's a book I would recommend time and time again. So if you fancy finding and following your inner compass, that will make your life feel far better for you, and in a way to stop you sabotaging yourself, then this is the book for you. Many blessings. Give me a thumbs up if you like my book reviews, and I'll see you in the future for another one. Bye now.